Alright, let's get going. Kick back, relax, listen to me speak some gibberish here, and maybe take a peek at my increasingly confusing charts. I'm just gonna start doing one take. That's the new rule here. One take. Let's start with the Discord. Mir, Christian, I think, right? Looks like CNA just pumped. Okay, we'll have to take a look at that. I'm actually gonna write that down so I don't forget. I probably will forget, but hopefully writing it down will prevent that. Okay, what else were we doing today? We were talking about Spy a lot. Let's see, here we go. Obi-Wan Kenobi at 6:33 in the morning, correctly forecasting the rise in SPY today. I bought an XPXU call, which is the inverse short ETF. So yeah, that was pretty bad. Let's give, let's see here. How about Maria Menounos? Yes. I'm Maria Menounos. Economic data coming out shortly did not help me at all. Momentum was bullish. Obi-Wan was correct. And there were a couple opportunities for a bearish reversal here. This was the first. Surprisingly, this turns out to be just fine, and the price kept rising against it. And sure enough, Obi-Wan continuing to chart the progress of SPY. T-Man coming in here. This is what he was watching. So he was looking for Monday's high at 405. I also agreed that 405 would be a good place for a reversal for a zigzag, and I'll go into that, I guess. Obi-Wan looking at the futures chart, telling me to always look at futures. Stockhead coming in, talking about gold, rejecting off of the 15-minute 200 SMA. Interesting. So I'll be taking a look at gold too. I'll look at gold futures. Did I already do that? Okay. Check out the daily chart for S&P futures. Okay, yes, there's a channel there. I'm like, if this could turn around, that would be great. Here's Obi-Wan telling me sorry because guess what? Oh, SPY just kept rising all day and I'm posting about my positions. Yeah, this SLV call is actually green, I think now. The SPXU call is not. I'm just going to be holding it. Look at these stochastics just up there. Jeez. So towards the end of the day, we did think we might have a bearish reversal. We clearly did not get that. Overall, the pattern is still bearish, of course. A lot of good charts here. Obi-Wan posting a lot, so it's really helpful. Rhino came in and he weighed in. We were asking what his opinion was on SPY. He says he thought we were going to 405, and we did. So good job, Rhino. And we finally got a green 9 on the 4 hour. Is this a 4? Oh, it's a 1 hour. I was looking at the 4 hour. There was like a 6 green candle. So yeah, I won't go into that. But that's a sequential count. So you can look that up somewhere if you want. Geez, look at those futures. What chart is that? That's a 1 minute chart. Okay. It's important to know what the time frame you're looking at. Like, imagine if that was like a daily chart. That would be crazy. Anyway, let's see here. MGAM exploded. I'm going to write that one down too. And we'll be sure to go over MGAM as well. I'm just going to keep moving along here. I don't know how long it's been, but looks like T-Man here, latest drop in the Discord saying he was sweating when it passed Monday's close, but I think it will go higher before or after the Fed, before it drops. So we'll see. Yeah, that Fed meeting notes, whatever, on Wednesday. Is that tomorrow? Holy cow, that's tomorrow. That's going to be a big one. So obviously I'm not positioned for a rally. And this is the part where I open the charts. First and foremost, I can't seem to get this ticker that we were talking about. Doesn't look like there's anything there for me, which is interesting. We're gonna move on to MGAM. Oh my god. Wow, that's spectacular. Holy cow. Whew. Let's just do a simple trend line study here. We're gonna go from the highest high to the lowest low, and we're just not gonna overwrite the price at all. So that's gonna be set by this peak right here. This is a downtrend. We're going to color it appropriately, turn it red, and do the long dashed line thing. We are currently in an uptrend, obviously. There's our highest high. We're going to make sure we don't overwrite the price at all. All right, there you go. This is crazy. That's a big move, and on huge volume. I don't know anything about this company, but that was nuts. Geez, look at that go. These wave constructions, you gotta just marvel at them. There's gotta be a channel through here somewhere, right? How do you even analyze something like this? Can I please drop that second point? Okay, so this is what I've got. As far as Elliott wave goes, this has to be probably 1, 2, wave 3, 4, and 5 truncates, or wave 4 extended, and this is 5. And there's supposed to be like a downward correction, but there wasn't. It looks like it might have just been a nasty grind sideways. I imagine that we would have had first a push down, a little bounce, and then this could have all just been extension of the correction through here. And the price kept rallying higher. The RSI reaching overbought initially here, so this is the first spot I want to perhaps suppose is the top of wave 1. So maybe we've got, for wave 4, we have A, B, C somewhere in here. I can't even begin. Jeez, that's so cool. Is there an options chain here? There is not an options chain here, but if you went long down here, congratulations. I don't know how you would know to do that. But that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get started in SPY today. We obviously had to push higher, and I was thinking we have a nice little ABC move higher, and that'd be it, and then it just kept going, which for me was actually pretty impactful to my account balance. I only got $100. We're gonna redraw this as a channel. We're just gonna say, hey, what does it look like? Where was wave 1? Where was wave 3? So maybe we have wave 1, wave 2, 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3 of 3, of 4 of 3, and 5 of 3. This could really turn into a bullish rally. Damn it. Ugh. We'll see which way the Fed pushes the market, because, I mean, we're really in this intense zone of uncertainty at the time. Again, until we get above that 408 level, I'm not bullish, and we're still below 408. This could all be part of a large overthrow of a symmetrical triangle. I am not worried, not yet, but at 408, I'm taking losses, okay? At 408, I'm taking losses. I'm out. But until then, I'm just going to hold, because my call doesn't expire for, I don't know, until I think the end of next week. So I've got some time, thank goodness. Let's move on to gold. Socked brought up that it was looking weak, so I have the gold futures chart brought up. Gold decides to just keep pushing higher. This is what gold's been doing lately. It's just been climbing, and I don't think there's anything anyone can do about it. It's hard to say it's going to fall when all it does is go up for like a month. This is insane. And I mean, honestly, I shouldn't be surprised, because my price target for gold before the end of the year is $2,500. So that's a huge rally. I'm calling for a $600 rally in gold, and the price of gold is around $1,900. All right, that's like I am forecasting a 30% rally in the price of gold. That is gutsy. I'm doing it. Now let's go to the Dixie, which is the dollar strength index. $Dixie. Yeah, so I'm like, hey, the dollar should start pulling up a little bit. It looks like it might have started that process a little bit. Not enough movement there for me to really say what's going on. There are some pretty confusing lines in here. Oh, sheesh. I just cannot. Let's turn on candles. Maybe candles will help me. Sometimes candles help, sometimes they don't. It's all about how you want to interpret the information. Like, we're on the daily chart right now. If I look at this daily candle in gold, let's just zoom way in. And let's make these taller so that we get a nice, good example. Good, clean look. That is a very bearish candle. And the reason I say that is because, well, first, it's red. But mostly because of the length of this wick. Some people call these tails. They might be called shadows. They might be called wicks. They might be called whatever. Essentially, what happens is an intraday move pushed the strength of the dollar higher, and then it was rejected and reversed. And the rally started at around $102, or $102, at 102. This is an index, so it's just like a point level, 102. That rally occurred, and then the close came down below. There was a push lower throughout the day. There was a small bounce, but overall, it looks like selling pressure really took the market over the dollar, or at least in the strength of the dollar. The dollar is weighted against a basket of different currencies, as they say. Don't get me talking about currency. I have a lot of opinions about currency. Let's move on to, how about AMC? Everyone loves AMC. Look at this gobbledygook. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about complicated charts, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then actually, this looks like 1, 2, 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3 possibly. Let's see here. For that to be 3 of 3, it needs to be higher, can't be the shortest wave, right? So somewhere between $34 to $24 move there to the downside. So 45 to 13. Wow. So it's been 1, 2. I hate to revise this count. This is really interesting. 4, 5. Bounce. So this is probably a zigzag then. Yeah, it's probably a zigzag. I probably have this labeled correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we come up here for the top of the corrective wave of a giant ABC correction. A has 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B comes up, and now we're looking for 5 more going down. We have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're working on that 5th wave down. And that's what I'm talking about. Is I think there's one more dive in the meme stocks. So I drew this channel a couple of days ago, last week actually, and I said that's a speculative guess, but we'll see what shapes out. Sure enough, it's following that channel like really well. I don't know. I just forecast the price of AMC. I do a pretty good job generally. Generally do a pretty good job. Even this rally to $6, I said it could happen if we were to get a push above that 536 level. And now that we're going down below that 536 level and getting some serious rejection at it, I'm saying, hey, I think 293 is our next target here on AMC. And then we'll talk about rallies or squeezes or whatever makes you happy. Let's go to GameStop. GameStop, again, failing to close above 21.89. This is a very big level. I'm talking about like every single video. 21.89, 21.89. The price did manage to close above there once on the day of options expiry. Just like a weekly, though. So, but hey, retail traders going to trade. And that volume is going to have to be reckoned with. And it did push the price above there. And I was thinking, what if wave 4 is actually some sort of expanding flat? Right? Well, can wave 4 pass the bottom of wave 1 if it's an expanding flat? And this is the part where I say like, yeah, this is gobbledygook if you don't know what you're looking at. I have made some videos. I've made at least one video explaining how I do this analysis, and it's really just logic based. It really is. Moving on, GameStop, AMC, SPY, SLV. Gold futures, I think we've covered the bases, and some others. How about GNS? Let's have a look at GNS. Checking on the newest meme stock here. There was a pretty big push up to 726 yesterday. And today we had a little bit of sideways consolidation after a drop towards the end of the day yesterday. This is starting to look more characteristically like, less like a rally and more like news-driven or hype-driven social media sort of stuff, which is totally cool. If you're into that, that's great. It's not my cup of tea. Let's just start putting down some uptrends through here. This is a good uptrend to watch. Yeah, way down here. Way down here. So be wary of that. If you're a bull, you could seriously see the price plummet all the way down there before you see any sort of bounce. That's just the word of caution. Now, we did get a close above the last high, which does make me think that there's a good chance that we could be pushing higher in another strong 3-wave move. And let's just talk about that. Let's say we just get that scenario, okay? Let's see. Well, the target actually would have been 832, and we got as high as 726. Our after hours on is the question, because sometimes those moves occur in after hours, and I hate it, but yeah, after hours are on. So what are we looking at here? This looks like a complete ABC corrective bounce or rally. To see any more upside, I think, is asking a lot. And a lot of that has to do with the implied volatility. I read a lot into implied volatility. So to see implied volatility dropping tells me that we're still in a corrective form. And that it only just started is interesting too. But that's because the implied volatility takes data from from over a period of time. So it takes a while to gather that. First, I want to end today looking at something random that I haven't looked at in a while. Let's look at crude oil. Let's check up on oil, see what oil's up to. Oil's having a hard time. It did not successfully break through that downtrend. In fact, it looks like it might be spinning on that. So spinning refers to the price when it moves up and down over a level of support resistance. In this case, it's a downtrend, so the spin has like a skew to it. We'll be watching natural gas very closely as well. So that's what I have for today's video. Kind of long and rambly, but if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. And well, maybe you just like the videos because of the pretty colors and charts. Either way, hop in the Discord. And I don't like to ask for likes and comments and subscriptions, so I won't. Do whatever you want.